Go.
Good afternoon, early evening to all of you out in radio podcast land. This is Grit Grown Here by Character Matters. Character Matters is an organization, a nonprofit that we formed a few years ago to try to reach out to folks to help them see that day to day we tend to walk away from the grit that helps us grow. So
no, I like grit.
yeah. Grit is very gritty. Okay, so we're glad you're here this evening with us to celebrate this next episode. We have people here from Pasadena, Maryland. Is Rob? Oh, that's
yes,
right. It
I'm
was
from
Rob from Pasadena, and Baltimore Highlands Lansdowne would be. Hello, are you there?
Hi.
Hi, that'd be Gordon.
Hi.
And Jess, and then out in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania.
That didn't work.
It is Captain
right here.
Well, I was going to call you Jack Sparrow, but you're not Jack Sparrow. You're Captain Davison.
Jim and Joanne.
Yes. Is Joanne with you?
No, this is Fanny.
Well, I was
old dog.
I was going to say Joanne had changed her voice quite dramatically.
Yep, she really did deteriorate. Down you go.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just having a good time watching the video.
Yes, sir.
I'm not even with us right
Yeah. Okay.
It's a big bird for a little dog.
So we're reviewing some of the information that we provided last week about death and how
Go ahead.
Well, how it's expressed one to another just in relationships. Mm-hmm. We're not talking necessarily about physical death, but pretty much the way we act can lead to that.
Good point.
Yes.
Good point.
So
us being can take us to death without necessarily the natural flow. We're not just talking about the temporal
end of
bodily
life. Yes,
thing.
end of.
But we're talking about
physical.
the journey.
Yes,
could be a journey of death. Dealing. Yeah,
correct. And one of the things that we like to do is every week we like to go around and find out who's had a grit growing moment or just a joyful moment that causes us to reflect on the blessings that God has bestowed in our life. Or the challenges he may have given us as well.
Yeah.
So, Rob, do you have anything this week?
Sure. I've had a couple situations. Let's see. Last week I had to go see my cardiologist, which I have to do every 4 to 6 months, depending on things. And so it's always anticipating going to that and what the outcomes are going to be. So I had a little EKG go on. And then what the outcomes of that are going to be. And it all has to do with death. And then this week I had an appointment after my blood tests with my regular doctor, who immediately got a hold of me after my blood test.
Oh, joy.
To let me know she wanted an appointment with me.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
So anticipating those, and then, doing all the other stuff you need to do in life without being hyper-focused on things I can't change, control, or fix. And living day to day with my wife and my kids and doing the things I'm supposed to do without being consumed in my mind or in my heart, if you will, about my concerns, about what's unknown. So that would be grit growing for me.
Yes, that sounds pretty gritty and pretty growing. Gordon, you up?
Yeah. So for me, actually, I guess the wacky comes into play here too, right?
Oh yeah, you're definitely
goofy.
wacky.
Goofy wacky, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, goofy wacky.
So on the way here, actually, so I'm pulling out just right out off my street, going out to the main road, and all of a sudden I see this person pull up in one of those little I don't know what you call those little fake bikes.
The e-bikes?
Well, not the motor.
The e-motorbikes?
Yeah, the e-motorbikes, I guess, or whatever. Actually, maybe gas powered. I'm not sure. But not a road motorcycle, not street legal,
Right.
probably.
No license plate.
Exactly. But anyway, so he's just, whatever. It's like, typical thing around where I am. But what
And
caught
where I am.
anywhere, right? But what caught my eye was the guy's T-shirt.
Yeah.
The guy's T-shirt said "Faith over fear,"
Okay.
and then the light changed and he goes off and pops a wheelie.
Oh,
There you go. Lived it out right in front of you.
But yeah, the faith over fear, that just caused me to pause there for a moment.
good. Good. Excellent.
Cool.
Jessica.
I had several growing moments past week.
Pick one.
I'll pick
Quickly,
one. I'll
quickly.
pick when I was going to the chiropractor on Wednesday and they
Crack.
used their vehicle. And I had an interesting conversation because this guy, he kept clicking this little clicker. And I'm like, well, why do you keep clicking that? What is that?
Right.
And he said he was keeping track of his prayers.
Very nice.
And he's like, oh, I got to keep track of how much I pray so I can get into a better heaven.
There you go.
Turned out he was Muslim.
Oh, very
And he was
Working his way
trying
up the
to convince me
ladder.
about Allah. And I'm like,
Right.
what? And I didn't realize what he was talking about, what religion he
Initially.
was talking about. So I had to ask him. It's like, what religion are you? It
Yeah.
just, the rules and the regulations he was talking about and multiple heavens. And
So how did that grit grow you?
well, it made me appreciate grace so much more and Jesus. Because, Jesus dying for us
Yeah.
and for our sins and taking that punishment for us so that we don't have to keep track of how many times we pray or how many good deeds we do because we're not good enough. We're never going to measure up to God,
Right,
his holy standards.
Speaking of never measuring up, Jessica. Jim?
Oh,
Yeah.
Jim, that did not sound nice at all. Robert.
Remember, words dripping.
I
with
know,
death.
dripping. I
Dripping,
actually think
dripping.
that had a dagger.
I was
kind
identifying
of bloody.
with the topic for this evening.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. I didn't
Yeah,
catch
my-
your drift.
My drips are going to come later as we delve into the topic, because I have an example. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so you're good. And
Yep.
so what Rob was talking about was actually pretty interesting for me to sit here and listen to because I've been really stressed out about all the things that I must get done before the end of the month and how time is not on my side,
Yeah.
it feels like.
Yeah, I feel it.
One thing leads to another thing, leads to another thing, and before you know it, I'm getting a call from somebody who says they need help.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm there to help. Yeah. Yes, I am.
Go figure.
So that was my grateful growing moment that,
What, recognizing that? Just
Recognizing-
being in the struggle of it all?
yeah, I mean, I have had to tell myself, breathe,
Yeah.
because I'm
Important.
like, why is my chest hurting? Like,
Mm-hmm.
well, when did you breathe last?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I start breathing and feel just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
No. Yeah, got it.
go from here.
So let's see, where are we going? This evening's Grit Grown Here podcast topic is from Jim Davison over in Chambersburg, part of Jim and Joanne, who is absent from us tonight because she's practicing for a play. And Jim and I were out at a Civil War reenactment and just discussing last week's topic, which was death. Very good stuff. What is it? And we went into some detail last week. We've, of course, talked about the cessation of life piece of it, but we really kind of focused down on how we can deal death to people or we can deal life to people.
Right.
And I've kind of determined that I would like to be a life dealer instead of a death dealer, but there's a lot of change that needs to happen. in order
But
for
you're talking about that sort of intellectually and not practically. So
We'll get
practically, why don't you help us
help you what?
understand?
Deal death?
Understand you
Deal death?
better.
Well, speaking words of death over people.
Ah.
You are stupid.
Oh,
By the
thank you.
way, if you're listening and anybody's
Oh,
ever
I thought
said
you were
that-
talking to me personally.
No. If you're listening and anybody's ever said that to you, it's not true. Okay?
It's not true.
Just wanted that's a word of life.
Yes.
So there's an example.
Yeah, there's a death and a life right there.
You can deal death in a whole bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
And you can also deal life in a whole bunch of different ways. So that's kind of where we were at last week. And fast forward to this week, we're looking at specifically words dripping with death, like I just kind of
Right.
spoke there.
Yep.
And we're going to investigate that a little bit, have a
Good.
discussion around those topics. And Jim came up with some awesome questions for us. So, Jim, you got anything to say before we dive in?
No, I just wanted to preface everything we're going to do with the fact that I don't get a whole lot of chances to talk about this topic. It's very, very unpopular with people.
Yeah.
They don't want to get into it, but I think it's important for us to do.
Yeah, I certainly agree. I can just recall a couple weeks ago sitting down with a person, and basically everything they were speaking out of their mouth was essentially words of death that were dripping. Some of them were spoken by others and just remembered and repeated. And so you can see the destruction in a person's life, how that actually does lead to a cessation of life.
Yeah.
And I think it stamps out any lifeblood during life. Also makes life miserable and something you dread. So anyway,
One of
yeah,
the
go ahead.
things that one of and when you get into that in a turbo fashion, when somebody is
Yeah.
dripping death into someone's ears or using innuendo or
Yes.
indirect statements about other people,
Right.
hoping that this will spread like wildfire.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
it's like arson. It's like arson, like a wildfire.
Yeah.
You want destruction, and you want to be able to watch it burn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch it burn down, right?
And human beings,
Yes.
one to another, we do it to one another. Sometimes
Yes.
intentionally, sometimes just based on how we're raised or whatever, we're doing it unintentionally to people. And that's what
Yes.
worries me. Is that how do I do that in my life?
Yeah, because you can grow up in a culture in your family, because your family's a culture, and your friends are a culture, and that culture could operate a certain way, and you're just not aware of how destructive it is because you're so used to being exactly where you
That
are.
way, right?
You know.
And when you do learn how destructive that culture is, and you start noticing it more, and you start being like, okay, how can I change this?
Yeah.
Because it's very, very hard when you start noticing it to figure out, okay, how do I do this and navigate this so that the culture changes?
Yes. Yeah. Good point. Good point, Jess. So
And some people set you up to say that you're not having an allegiance with them. You're not loyal to them if you don't go along with what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gets real destructive there.
Yeah, and you see that particularly in family units. You can
Yes.
see that just because that's the one that's closest to home, sometimes easiest to see, I think.
But we see it in street mentality.
Sure.
Where, one guy starts acting poorly and all of a sudden he's joined by others so that we can all celebrate the poor behavior. So it's just shocking to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So question one, where does gossip, and I think we've been hitting this a little bit, where does gossip or accusatory or slanderous statements or setting people up to look bad, Jim, I think you were referring to that, where does it occur?
Yep.
Where are the places where let's just get personal here, because, we may as not mess around. Let's just get real. Where have you experienced it or encountered that?
Or done it
Sure.
at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
To my wife.
Yes. Well, that's the only person at home with me, other than my dog.
No, I'm talking about me.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. I thought you were talking that you did it to
No,
my
I wasn't
wife.
throwing it on your wife. No, not going there.
Well, that's good. I'm sure she appreciates it.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, we do it to our family, and a lot of times we don't even recognize what we're doing at the time we're doing it.
Yeah.
And and yet, I always like twist those kind of questions, and I know that we'll get to it, but it's amazing that the people that bring life are the ones that we remember so well. Oh, so and so, oh, they're like the best of the best.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would like to be the best of the best.
There you go. There you go. I think the lunchroom table is a great place. Middle school, particularly, high school. And I still think as adults, we have lunchroom tables too that we sit around. It's our grouping of friends and what that grouping of friends focuses on and how they function or dysfunction, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but often, that's the one-upsmanship game. Now I have an audience. Somebody tells a story. I tell a story to make myself appear superior or worse sometimes. I've seen in the rooms of NA and AA, I've seen who has the worst story, who can top the worst story of how life was lived. So that's one place where I see it a lot.
It's very true.
At church, I see it because we have tables at our church where people sit. And they sit in groups, generally speaking, and it literally like transports me back to middle school, high school when I listen to people's conversations. And I'm like, wow, look at us. We're like 40, 50, 60, and we're still operating out of that Baroque way of doing life.
Yeah, so you're calling us 50 teen?
Well, wear it if you represent, brother. Wear it if you represent.
Well, I'd love to go back into the 50s, I think. Oh, well, that's a different issue.
Anyway, anybody else on that one?
I mean, like,
Settings where you've seen that, experienced that, where you've dumped it on somebody, when you've dealt some DEATH on somebody.
let's see, it could be on the phone.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or,
In what regard, young lady?
in what regard? I'm kind of thinking that my nephew, when he was living with us and was unhappy and wanted his mom, and so he basically, I think, was telling me and his mom stories about the other person so that we'd get mad at each other.
Ooh.
So he basically
Yeah.
manipulated the situation by
Yes.
spreading
Good word.
lies.
Good word. Not a
So-
good word.
I believe the
We,
word
we
for-
finally eventually figured it out now,
Yeah.
and now when we hear stuff, we go to the other person and verify.
And that's so wonderful, Jess. It's so wonderful.
yeah, triangulation, right?
Yes.
Because, yeah, instead of like just assuming,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, what's really going on?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a great example. That's a great example. Gordon?
I have a confession.
Yes, confession. This is a confessional. Go.
Okay. Gordon, I'm jumping on you. Sorry.
Go ahead.
It was yesterday. One of my neighbors came down and leaned on the truck, and we leaned on the truck together, and we started talking.
Yeah.
And it was bringing up some people that lived up the hill from us,
Yeah.
and it got kind of ugly, and I didn't want to participate in the downing of that person,
Yeah.
but I found myself getting into it and stimulating it a little bit because I think my nastiness, gee, I'd like to get this person back for X, Y, and Z,
Yeah.
came to the fore. And I participated, and I had to confess to you guys because it's real.
Yeah.
I wasn't helping anybody. I certainly wasn't helping him. There literally are a couple of people that really want to get out of this area because of her, and unfortunately, there's nothing that really can be done about it, and nobody wants to step to her directly.
Right.
So very harsh, and I'm afraid I participated, and I'm not happy with myself.
Yeah.
And it was very easy to do. Very easy to do.
It is. It is. Isn't it interesting how easy it is to trip into that space where you're really dealing death? You can do it by looking at somebody, right?
Yeah.
Just facial expressions can deal death. I mean, I think about with my wife, I was speaking about that earlier, how easy it is for me to do it just with my tone of voice that I might have.
Yeah.
And a smart Alec
Remark.
answer, return. In other words, kind of like it's like a, it's a little punch back, kind of shot back off. Don't you know?
Yeah,
Don't you know
right.
I got that
Yeah.
handled, girl? Come on. Don't be criticizing me. Even though that's not what's going on. She's not.
But that's how you're taking it.
That's how I'm responding to it.
That's your choice.
Yes, exactly. Of death. That's my choice. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah. Well, I live in that space too.
Yeah.
So
Yes, Gordon. I saw your lips almost moving.
yes,
Yeah, this is.
they almost moved.
They all- Well, yeah, it is so easy to, why is it so easy to just go down that negative road,
There's the question.
right? It's just, instead of flipping the script, it's so easy just to join in and tear down and
Yeah.
complain and all that negative stuff.
Yeah. I mean, part of it has to do with our nature, right?
Fallen.
Fallen nature. The other part, that programming that we
Yeah.
get through life, our injuries, responding out of our places of injury, taking everything as a threat
Or a slight.
or
Yes.
slight,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
good word, right?
Yes, yes.
Because a lot of times we're programmed like that. We live out of that space, and sometimes, I mean, what are the benefits of living out of that space?
Well,
Entertainment.
Okay.
it can be entertainment, but it also can be a defense mechanism because you've been hurt so bad in the past that if you hurt somebody else, you're not hurting.
Yeah. Something to hide behind, punch them back. That way
Yeah.
they don't have any. When you were talking about entertainment, Jim, got an example for us?
Yeah, putting somebody down with a group of people and just
Yeah.
having a grand old time, yucking it up behind their back, and
Yeah.
just really setting somebody up to look like a fool.
Yeah.
And of course, with politics, that's very easy to do.
Sure.
Very easy to do, and we all participate in that to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But at least I think so.
Well, ridicule is one of those.
Ridicule, thank you, and do not
That's a good
letting the
destructive
person.
word.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I was thinking about
Yes.
the No Kings protest while you were saying that, Jim, because those people on the side of the road are having a great old time tearing down the President of the United States. And I say to myself, when the other side was in, I wasn't protesting.
Nope.
I wasn't happy. I did have some stickers printed once. And the sticker said, I did that.
Yes.
Yes, but I did it on magnets so I could stick them to the gas pumps, and the poor
Yeah,
guy.
I understand.
Yeah,
That's good. That's good, Dave. That's
yeah,
good.
well, I did that. Yeah. Joe Biden. I did that. So, yeah, if he wants recognition, I think I could give it to him.
You could give him recognition. Yeah.
But it was out of ridicule.
Yeah.
It was not out of trying to give the guy life because I wasn't sure that he was
Right.
alive.
What?
That is, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
Another statement.
well, there's another one. You see how easily they
Oh
fell
yeah, they
into it.
just roll off.
Yeah,
our
they
tongues.
just and
I like what Jim said earlier. They're like fire.
fire.
Yeah, certainly that. Cool. So when we think about the purpose behind the words that we're speaking, whether they're gossip or slanderous or accusatory, setting people
Or
up,
just mean.
yeah.
What about just mean?
Like
What could the
from
purpose-
a personal purpose for me, like I shared with my wife illustration piece. I was quote unquote. I took a wound. At least I took a wound that I thought she was giving, and of course I responded with
From
wounding.
that. Yes.
Yeah. Instead of stepping back and saying, "All right, God, I'm having a reaction here. Where was she coming from?" And then also saying to, "Hey, Allison, what did you mean by that, babe?" Just asking for some clarification so I can get some understanding so that my response is appropriate,
Right. Exactly.
right?
Exactly. But that is very hard to do because when you start asking those questions, the assumption that you have as you're asking those questions is, I may be wrong about this. That's admitting you're wrong about it. And the other person, how are they going to perceive you as a wee little weakling, a girly man who can't stand up for himself, or what?
Well, we can discuss that further.
Okay. Yes. Well,
Pump you up.
I was just going to say that. Thank you, Jim. I really appreciate it. I'm surprised Gordon didn't have a comment about that. Yeah.
Hans and
okay.
Franz.
Yes.
Hans and Franz.
But that was funny, I mean,
Yes, it was.
when they were doing those kind of skits about real life situations, but they are on the extreme side. They really are funny because
it
we
really
recognize,
brings it out, right?
Yeah, we recognize them
We
ourselves.
start laughing at ourselves.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's right.
which is a good thing.
It is good.
Yes, I think it's fun. It's great to laugh about absurdity, particularly when you participate in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Jess, question for you: when you have used gossip or accusatory language or set people up, what is the purpose that you do it for? If you can think about an example.
think
Yeah, I know. It's
me?
yeah.
would be, I guess, to fit in.
Okay. Using it as a
What?
tool to fit in.
Yeah, I would say to fit in because and to kind of join in the conversation.
No, stay out. No, yes, please do.
For me, I think that's what happens is I find myself doing it to join in the conversation
yeah.
and to fit in and be a part of the group. And
Good point. That's a good answer. That's a great answer. Yes, Gordon, your wheels are turning, but nothing's coming out yet.
Exactly.
Well, there's smoke coming out of the ears. So.
Now, were those words of life, though?
Well, it depends on how you
Are
look
you
at
analyzing
smoke.
my word?
Well,
and his words?
yeah, I was going to say it depends on how you see smoke because smoke comes from heat.
I don't
and-
know. That could be a purpose right there, though.
That explains everything.
That could be a purpose right there.
What purpose are you talking about?
The same purpose.
Cross purposes.
No, this is this is the table at school.
Oh,
You had a comment? He had a superior comment.
yes. He always has a superior
Right.
comment to me
Is that what you
because
were
he's
saying?
smarter than I am.
Gordon, is that what you were saying?
No.
Oh, daggone. I misread it. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
well, there.
Did you see how I sought clarification here?
Oh, yes, that was good.
Very good. Very good. Now, did I mean it from my heart? Uh-oh, we're in trouble.
There we
boy.
are. See,
Here we
real,
go.
real life comes to visit us from time
Yeah.
to time, doesn't it?
Do you have any thoughts on that, Gordon, purpose-wise?
So, purpose of entering gossip.
Yeah. Participating.
Participating.
Yes. Yeah. Entering's good. I like that. That's good.
See, so Jess said along the lines of to join in.
To make yourself, help her.
So let's say I had that thought process, but I also can
cool.
go with the notion of taking the spotlight off yourself.
Redirection.
Redirection. Yes, that's the word I'm
Or
looking for.
deflection. Yeah.
Very
Good one.
Well, I did want to admit to you, Gordon, I do not see smoke coming out of your ears. Okay, so I was gossiping
But you
quite
did
a
see
bit.
it coming out of another part. No,
Yeah. No, I don't want to see it.
Whoa.
Well,
And there you go.
Hold
Examples.
on. Yeah, that's right. We
full
want
of 'em.
we wanted to put another chalk line on the board here. Okay.
Jim, do you have your data chart set up, taking your data points, so you can have some
Implication.
statistics by the end?
Implication counts.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, any thoughts on that for you, Jim? The purpose part for you?
Entering
often?
in, like
Yeah.
you were yesterday. You were gossiping about the neighbors. You
Yes,
described
yes.
it to us. So, why did you do it?
Right. It was well, for one thing, I think the guy is funny that I'm talking to, and he gets wound up like a comedian when he's talking,
Yeah.
and
You get sucked
it's
in.
a good old time. It's
Right.
a good old time
Yeah.
wearing wearing this person down together, and it kind of relieves some stress and tension.
Yeah.
However, it's not speaking life. It's not
Right.
helping anybody. It's not bringing about any kind of solution or even offering a possibility of a solution.
Right.
Um, it's just
That's a
hammering
good
it
point.
away because, yeah, it's just, carrying on. And oh, we were just having a good time. I mean, come on, it was
Right.
all humorous. No, it was
Yeah.
very serious, even though it was on joke time.
Right. Right. Yeah, no, it's good points. Good points. So, going along the lines of, so we're talking about destructive or affirming. Kind of, you alluded to that a little bit. But when we
Yeah.
think about the gossip, accusatory language, slandering, setting people up, our purposes behind it, and then the idea of the impact it has or the effect it has,
Yeah.
whether it's just in that small group, whether it's your family, whether it's your relationship with the one you love, like me and my wife or my kids, or the friend group, quote unquote, that you have, or the church group that you have. What kinds of effects does that this kind of destructive words of death have in regard to the bonds, the connectedness? How does it affect connectedness?
Well, one of the things that I can think of is I think back to my 6th grade year when I was at Baltimore Lutheran, and I had made friends with this one girl, and we kind of connected right away, and and I'd hang out, and I went to her house a couple of times, and then finally I don't guess she decided not to be my friend because she told the rest of the 6th grade class, all 20 some odd of us, told them I called her a B word.
Okay.
And they all believed her, and I'm like, and they told me that she said that, and I'm like, yeah, but can you picture me saying that? And they're like, no, but she said it, so it must be true.
Right.
I'm like, no, it's not true, but and they just all kept believing her, and I'm like, and it just kind of, it stung. It's like, okay, what did I do to her?
Yeah.
So kind of like it kind of, it aimed at hurting people and maiming them and dragging their name through the mud.
And it affected your relationship with her, obviously.
Well, yeah.
And her relationship.
I didn't
with you.
trust her.
And then it also affected your relationship with your classmates.
Yeah.
Right. And then beyond that.
Which poisoned everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 And that's a great term to use, poisoning.
Yeah. It is
You know?
it is good.
That's a great word to use because that's what we can do with our tongues, right?
I
Yeah.
saw a pastor do a little demonstration when he was in the pulpit once, and he basically took a clear glass of water and he dropped a couple of red food coloring dots into it, and you just slowly but surely watch the natural flow of the water spreading around that gossip,
Right. Yeah.
And then, the more that it happens, the deeper the color gets.
Right.
And before you know it, you have a dysfunction within whether it be your family or
Right.
your church group or your community. All of a sudden, people are not liking other people because of what they think they know.
Yeah.
Not based on what they
Right.
know. And
Right.
so you may have a good issue with your neighbor up there, Jim, but
Yeah.
have anybody really sat down and talked to her and find out whether she really is that way?
Whether she comes across as pompous and controlling.
No. No, pointing out to her that that's the way she can be perceived.
Well, I think that would be a very helpful thing to do. I haven't taken the initiative to do it.
Right. And what we're talking about is
It's not necessarily just you, though, Jim. It's just
No, it's
circumstances.
not just me.
Yeah, it's
It's
just
not
if
just me.
not Jim,
then who? Oh, sounds like
That's a
you're
very good
quoting.
question.
no. Well, I mean, it's just real, right, Jim?
Yeah, it is real.
That's right. It's very real.
I recall going to a church years ago, and there was a older man who I am now 6 years older than when I first met him. He was in his 50s, and he was special needs, and he loved computers, and he worked at a community college in the computer lab. Perfect place for him to be, because he was good with that, with computers, and perfect fit for him. But people really struggled with being around him because he was special needs, and his quote unquote, we'd call it socialization, or his people skills, or his relational skills. They really struggled with that. So when you dropped him in the middle of the room, it was like watching, a drop of water hit an ocean, and then all the little wavelets go. Everybody just moves away when he entered into the room, and I brought him in because he asked to volunteer at Youth for Christ to work with, help me to serve kids, basically high school kids. And when I brought him to conferences, anything where we got a large group of volunteers and leaders and kids together, I got tons of complaints from the volunteer adults and the leaders about him. Not that he was doing anything wrong, just could you please keep him away from me? And I just said back to them, I said, well, just let him know that you don't have time to talk to him and walk away. People didn't really like that answer.
No, that's a tough answer.
They wanted me to solve the problem.
Yeah, of
there.
course. Well,
but I
everybody-
wasn't going to resolve that because it wasn't a real problem.
Of course.
He was just being who he is.
Yeah.
And, I think
But
that,
it just socially didn't fit.
well, not in their paradigm, but
Yes.
he did fit socially. We just chose not to let him fit.
Well, it does come down to marginalizing people, and we do that all
There you
across the
go.
board.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And
exactly
pe-
what this topic is all about, how we marginalize others to the point of death, because you can see death on their face when they walk through a room and they're just not willing to even engage their fellow humans as they walk through.
And that's what we're talking about, bonds.
Yeah.
Right? We're talking about bonds.
That's right.
Nobody wanted to bond to this particular individual.
Yes. Yes, I understand.
Their choice, right?
Right.
So they were dealing death by their choice.
Of course.
Without even necessarily knowing it.
Right.
Right? Because it's the path of least resistance. Oh my
But
God.
that's why they say he's a social misfit, which gives them, from their point of view, the right to shun him and
Yes.
walk away.
lunchroom table all over
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, well,
Shunning,
The re-
shunning. Boy, that's nasty.
That is a nasty word.
but is he the social misfit, or are we the social misfit?
Go ahead.
That's it.
Expound, my brother. Expound.
I mean, it's all relative, right? So, it's there is certainly social norms, right? But why not? I mean, what's the big deal? I mean, and I know that's hard for me too. I mean, it's like, and in those days you reference, I had my challenges there too,
Yeah.
right? But I tried, right? I know I'm awkward.
Embrace it.
Yeah,
Right?
it's like.
Don't just use it as a sledgehammer, though, right? Because we can flip the script and start bludgeoning people with we're different, so therefore suck it up and deal with it.
Yeah, I happen to remember a young man who was suck it up and deal with that at Youth for Christ.
Yeah, me.
No,
Oh,
we're talking about a young
you're
man.
talking. Oh,
Well, see, pump.
And I can
there it
come
is.
back 'cause I got it.
Yeah, I know. I am older. Okay, I got you.
Thank you, Lord.
Okay, but the young man ended up having, my brain has farted.
Unexpected outcome
You
detected.
got rectal again. Put that hash mark.
Yes. But he had AIDS, and he was drinking out of the Coke 2-liter bottles that we were going to be pouring that stuff into cups for the kids to drink.
right.
And when you say, "Hey, you can't do that," he was like, "Yeah, I can do whatever I want." So he was using it to bludgeon other people.
Yeah.
Because
I've been dealt death, therefore I have the right.
to die with cause your death too.
Exactly. Yes. That's good. That's good. It's how we destroy
That's a real
bonds.
good
That's how we destroy communities.
Yeah.
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 I mean, we can see this effect in a family, right?
Oh, yeah.
We can see the effects in. We can see the effects. It's easy to see at church, as a matter of fact,
Absolutely
because
is.
you know,
Oh,
at church,
yes.
there it's because you have a specific day you meet with a specific time, and the time is generally short. It's very quick. You can quickly discern who the groups are, what the communities are, and what the connective bonds are, and why others aren't connected with them. Right. One of my favorite things to do, even in campus life, was to destroy those paradigms.
Well,
in every way, shape, or form I could.
I knew you enjoyed that kind of stuff,
I
and
did.
sometimes I stayed away from you as a result.
Yes. Yes. I was a-
Because I knew I was going to be a victim.
there you go.
Victim or example?
Yeah, both. Thank you very much.
Whoa,
But
that's good.
but
Good job,
he generally used that very well with especially the young men in the city that we used to work with, and we were out camping with them, and he was pointing out very clearly and very simply, are you here to take care of your team, or are you here to take care of yourself?
Yeah.
And that was eye-opening for some of those guys, and I think their life was dramatically changed because the harsh words of truth were spoken.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Those were words of life.
they
Yeah.
ended up being words of life, even though when you heard them come out of your mouth, you were like, oh my God, I could not say that to somebody. I have more couth than that.
Fannie Mae. No, you shouldn't. All right.
But then, you know, when you see people change as a result of it, you're saying, my goodness, it needed to be said. He did the right thing. And I was being chicken by not being willing to say what should be said.
Right. And it wasn't. It's not done out of a heart to harm. Right.
Right. It was not. It never was.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, you know, and that goes to motive again.
Yeah.
What's my motive?
Right.
Right. And that is so crucial. And I think for me, as I've gotten older, I've realized how much I don't know what my motive is before my mouth runs. Right?
Good
My
one.
brain
Good
engages.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
My mouth speaks, barfs, vomits, diarrhea's out.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, what's the motive there? And
Yeah.
I can see it. Like, I'm just, go back to referencing my wife. I can see it on her,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
You know, she's been a good barometer, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, aren't wives a lot of times that in a
Yeah.
marriage?
Oh,
Anybody
boy,
that's
yes.
close.
But even a husband can be the same, you know,
Oh, yeah.
from the opposite
certainly.
I will
way.
agree with that one.
Yeah.
What will you agree with, Jess? Hold on, I'm diving deep.
Uh-oh.
Yes,
What-
Gordon,
what-
tune in.
What Mr. Dave just said, that a husband can be a sounding board.
Yeah.
In a
And-
positive way?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
What are you implying?
I'm implying that my husband can be a good sounding board.
Look at him while you say that.
Oh, no.
Now he's asking me to make eye contact.
And the walls come a-tumbling down.
No blame.
We were just talking about hard stuff. Come
Yeah,
on. Come
yeah.
on. You can do it. You just said it verbally.
That he's a good.
Hold on, Gordon. Look,
Oh.
you got to look too.
That he's a good sounding board.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
There you go. Now that's some affirmation, not some destruction.
Yeah, it's life
Cool,
affirming.
And those are.
Do
Go
you
ahead.
remember
Jim.
Do you remember Tennessee Williams writing The Glass Menagerie?
Yep.
Anybody got that in high school?
Yep.
I'm sure I did,
And-
but I didn't read anything in high school. So
Yep.
Well, you know, it's about pretending to be perfect, I think,
Yes.
and the reality of your life is far less perfect and far less secure and
Yes.
far less happy.
yeah,
I
and
remember the
the
gay
myth-
deceivers.
Yes, and the myth just doesn't hold up because it's literally shattered.
yeah.
It shatters the family and it's frozen and like a glass menagerie.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's a great.
Yes, Laura was the main character in there that walked with a limp.
And
How
there
about
we
it?
go.
Yeah, yeah.
And
But we have
she
to keep up our images, right?
and that was what her mother was trying to encourage that. And
Did she keep up an image of not having a limp?
no,
Oh.
that she keeps up this image that other things are much more appealing.
Distract or redirect everybody.
A little bit, yeah. And so she was going out on a date. And so her mother gave her some padding for her bra. And she called that the gay deceivers. So that's why, as a boy, it stuck with me.
Of course. How old were you?
Too young.
Okay, no comment.
Okay.
3.
Sometimes they were lumpy, though. Did you notice that?
I did not
I thought
notice.
this was a book.
It was a book, but I don't remember seeing them.
I didn't look.
There you go.
Ah,
There you go.
I didn't say I didn't look. I said I didn't remember.
So as we wrap up tonight's discussion, and it was good. It was good. The last question that Jim has for us is, how widespread is this death cult? How deep is this in humanity? How deep is this in you, your relations, your circles or spheres of travel when you think about it?
Well, I have thought
On a
about it.
scale of 1 to 10.
I'm at a
10
big
being it's deep, deep, deep.
Yep.
1 being ain't nothing there, dog.
10
Okay.
because I have destroyed my family. Or at least I'm taking responsibility for it.
Got you.
Because I have a daughter that doesn't talk to me even in my presence. I have a son that doesn't address me at all. I have one that kind of talks to me, but after we're separated from that in-person thing, never hear from her at all.
Right.
And then my brother Cliff got sick, and we tried to rally around him as a family to help him, and the divisions happened because they didn't agree with the direction
Disagreement.
things were going. And as a result, I tried to get a impartial party to step in and say, okay, this is what is.
Right.
And now 2 more people, sisters, don't talk to me.
Right.
Considering I only have 2 sisters,
Right.
they don't talk.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah. And it's pretty severe,
It is severe.
right?
It
Having
is.
to
It
live
hurts.
with that day by day, year to year.
Yep.
And hoping
Yeah.
and hoping for healing. And
And you hope and you hope and you hope.
Yeah.
And I've sent cards and I've sent notes
Right.
and
well, don't stop doing those things.
I
As
don't
the
do
Lord
it
leads,
expecting a result because
Key.
when I first started doing it, I was expecting a result and I got hurt.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get the result that I wanted. And then I literally had to say to myself, well, why are you doing it?
Right.
Are you doing it for you or are you doing it for them? And I ultimately decided I'm doing it for them because one day I will be gone and there will not be an opportunity. But if I can at least create opportunity,
Motive,
Might
right?
help.
Really critical part here. Right.
but if it helps, it helps. If
Yeah.
it doesn't help,
Yeah.
I can look at Jesus and say, I have failed, but I am your humble servant.
Well, and so to wrap it up, thank you for sharing that very personal
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, thank you, Dave.
journey you're on, because it's ongoing.
It is ongoing.
Just what I'd like for all of us to do is really wrestle with how have we dealt death and been a part of this death cult, because I really think it's pervasive.
It is.
I really don't care where I look.
Yep.
The more that we reflect on this and talk about it, the more pervasive it is, the more I see it. And I'm grateful for that. I don't like looking at it.
But it's in the business world all over the place. It's in the political world all over the place.
Yeah.
It is just, it's so pervasive that it's inculcated in our lives.
Yeah. Yeah, we're enmeshed in it. That's another good word. And fully participatory in it for various reasons. Any closing words there, Jim, since you
Yes,
brought
yes.
this
And
dripping with death thing along?
I have to keep remembering that humility, being humble
Yes.
before God,
Yes.
and asking for help in these things is so important, because in as much as I'm dealing it to somebody else, somebody may be dealing it to me,
Yeah.
or dealing it to somebody that I love who's being
Yeah.
hurt, or even setting themselves up to be
And
hurt.
then looking
And
at it, like you said, with humility and grace. But, for me, it's asking God, how do I need to respond in a way that brings life?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. And I've been convicted tonight. Yes.
Yeah. Amen. Me too, bud.
Yep.
So I got a couple passages I want to end on, just like throwing down the truth here from God's word. It's not pretty, it's ugly, but it is good for us because we've been talking about it all night. Romans chapter 3, verses 13 through 18. Their talk is foul, like the stench from an open grave. Their speech is filled with lies. The poison of a deadly snake drips from their lips. Their mouths are full of cursing and bitterness. They are quick to commit murder. Wherever they go, destruction and misery follow them. They do not know what true peace is. They have no fear of God to restrain them.
Yep.
So how do I shut my mouth? You know, James hits this, and you know, I think when you brought this up, James, I immediately started smiling because I was thinking about this verse I was going to read a little bit later. But it's James chapter 2. We all make many mistakes. Yep. But those who control their tongues can also control themselves in every other way. So mastering the tongue, that's a huge battleground. Lord help me.
Lord help me.
Yeah. So also the tongue, and you spoke to this, Jim, when you started off this evening. So also the tongue is a small thing, but what enormous damage it can do. A tiny spark can set a great forest on fire, and the tongue is a flame of fire. It is full of wickedness that can ruin your whole life. It can turn the entire course of your life into a blazing flame of destruction, for it is set on fire by hell itself.
Whoa.
So we let God have the last word. I think all of us have tasted and even dealt some fire.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll just say, Lord, help us. Obviously, just reading your word and allowing the Holy Spirit to convict us tonight through our discussion, we can see that we are bearers of the fire and bringers of fire. And we just don't want to be that way anymore, God. We want to actually bring life. We want to bring refreshing water to put out fire.
And quench the souls.
Yeah, in Jesus' name.
Amen.
And
So we want to thank you very much for joining us today. We want you to know you're not alone. We walk in the same kind of struggles that you experience every day in your life. And if you want to talk to somebody about it, we've been scrolling across the bottom of the screen. My email address, which is d.mayer, M-A-I-E-R, at truecharactermatters.org. Feel free to reach out to us. We want to get to know you, learn what your struggles are, and we'll either talk about your struggles without your name openly, so that you can hear how we banter back and forth over things that are of your concern, but to know that we're not doing it out of malice or out of shaming at all. We want to help, and that's why we're here. So please give me an email. So we thank you for tonight.
Yep.
And we will be back next Thursday, 6:45.
Ha-ha.
And all will be well.
All right.
Have a
Talk to
great
you guys
week.
later. Bye.
Adios.